Hello, class. So this is George's Marvelous Medicine, Day 8. And when we left off, George had just proven to Grandma that it was his medicine that made her grow by growing a chicken. And the chicken grew nice and big as a horse. Now, his parents are coming home. So let's see what they think about this. Remember at the end of this video to take the little questions and answer the questions about yesterday's reading and today's. Chapter 9, the pig, the bullocks, the sheep, the pony, and the nanny goat. At that moment, George's mother came back from shopping in the village. She drove her car into the yard and got out. She was carrying a bottle of milk in one hand and a bag of groceries in the other. The first thing she saw was a gigantic brown hen towering over little George. She dropped the bottle of milk. Why do you think she did that? She dropped her milk? Because she's surprised. When you're so surprised that you drop something. They're trying to show that how surprised she is without saying it. Then Grandma started shouting at her from the rooftop. And when she looked up and saw Grandma's head sticking out through the tiles, she dropped the bag of groceries. So once again, they're showing that she's shocked about what she's seeing. "How about that then, Mary?" Grandma shouted. "I'll bet you've never seen a hen as big as that. That's George's giant hen, that is." But, stammered George's mother. "It's George's magic medicine," Grandma shouted. "We've both of us had it, the hen and I." "But how in the world did you get up on the roof?" cried his mother. "I didn't," cackled the old woman. "My feet are still standing on the floor in the living room." This was just too much for George's mother to understand. She goggled and gaped. She looked as though she was going to faint. A second later, George's father appeared. His name was Mr. Killiecranky. Mr. Cranky was a small man with bandy legs and a huge head. He was a kind of father to George, but he was not an easy person to live with, because even the smallest things got him all worked up and excited. The hen standing in the yard was certainly not a small thing. When Mr. Cranky saw it, he started jumping about as though something were burning his feet. "Great heavens!" he cried, waving his arms. "What is this? What happened? Where did it come from? It's a giant hen. Who did it?" "I did," George said. "Look at me!" Grandma shouted from the rooftop. "Never mind about the hen. What about me?" Here is George's father and mother looking at the sight of the hen and Grandma. You can see the dropped groceries and the dropped milk. Mr. Cranky looked up and saw Grandma. "Shut up, Grandma." "Ooh, that's not very nice," he said. It didn't seem to surprise him that the old girl was sticking up through the roof. It was the hen that had him excited. I wonder why the hen made him so excited. He'd never seen anything like it. But then who had? "It's fantastic!" Mr. Cranky shouted, dancing around and around. "It's colossal. It's gigantic. It's tremendous. It's a miracle. How did you do it, George?" George started telling his father about the magic medicine. While he was doing this, the big brown hen sat down in the middle of the yard and went cluck, 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 cluck. Everyone stared at it. When it stood up again, there was a brown egg laying there. The egg was the size of a football. Here is a picture of the hen with its egg the size of a football. That egg would make scrambled eggs for 20 people, Mrs. Cranky said. George, Mr. Cranky shouted, how much of this medicine have you got? Lots, said George. There's a big potful in the kitchen. This bottle here is nearly full. Come with me, Mr. Cranky yelled, grabbing George's arm. I wonder what he's planning on doing. Bring the medicine! For years and years I've been trying to breed bigger and bigger animals. Bigger bulls for beef, bigger pigs for pork, bigger sheep for mutton. They went to the pigsty first. George gave a spoonful of the medicine to the pig. The pig blew smoke from its nose and jumped all over the place. Then it grew and grew. Here is a picture of the pig with the smoke coming out of its nose. Yeah, so it sounds like the dad's plan is to make all the animals big, and then he has lots of animal pieces to sell for meat. In the end, it looked like this. So here's a picture of the giant pig. And you can see way down here, there's George and his dad compared to how big the pig is. That's a big pig. They went to the herd of fine black bullocks that Mr. Cranky was trying to fatten for the market. George gave them some medicine, and this is what happened. Here's a picture of the bulls. You can see down in front there's little George and his father. And look how big the bulls are in comparison. Then the sheep. I think we're seeing quite a pattern here. Here are the sheep, and down there is George feeding his medicine to another sheep while his dad holds them. And look how big they get. Jump, jump, jump. Giant sheep. He gave some to his gray pony, Jack Frost. So he had a pony. Here's a bunch of pictures. There's the pony eating the medicine or drinking the medicine. There's the smoke coming out of the pony. Then it's growing bigger. And there it is, giant pony next to George. Finally, just for fun, he gave some to Alma, the nanny goat. So this one has a lot of pictures associated with it. So there's the little nanny goat. There's the smoke coming out of the nanny goat. It's jumping about, leaping around. Then it grows nice and big. Look at it. Finally compared to the size of George. And that is the end of our chapter. So our chapter is a little bit short, but he grew all of those animals. He must have used a lot of his medicine. Remember to go answer the questions either in the link in the description box below, or you can click on the link on the assignment, answer your questions, and make your predictions for our reading on Friday.